Welcome to another impactful episode of the Candid Chat Show on Race of Hope Radio and Race of Hope TV. My name is Anami Okain. Today, we are bringing you a conversation on passion, purpose, and creating change. Joining me on the show this week is the CEO of the No Limit Charity Organization. She is a true leader who is dedicated to creating change in the community and beyond. And this week, she's here to share all the obstacles she's been able to overcome in creating the change she seeks to achieve. This is a conversation you wouldn't want to miss. So please call a friend, tell another friend, and tell another friend. Stay tuned to this week's episode of the Candid Chat Show. Whilst you do that, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on all our social media platforms at Race of Hope Radio. This is the Candid Chat Show on Race of Hope Radio and Race of Hope TV. Now, I wouldn't want to waste my time. Let me introduce my guest for this week. She is an epitome of a hardworking woman. This is no bragging on the true fact. A very dedicated woman who has dedicated her life to a community, to the children under her, and she's creating change. And let me brag. She is my church member as well. A true leader. Let me rest. Once you listen to the conversation, you will get to understand all that I'm saying. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, help me welcome Miss Rita Esionam Gaglo, the CEO and founder of the No Limit Charity Organization. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
It's been how many months of planning to have you on my show? It's been forever, right? But it's happening today. It's happening. No Limit Charity Organization. How did it start? Share with us the inspiration behind your charity organization.
Okay, so 14 years ago, No Limits Charity Organization was established. So when I was growing up, I had a first hand on how children in the community are being treated in terms of education. So most of the children in Jamestown do not really love education. They either drop out from school or their parents are unable to support them through school. And I grew up in Jamestown. Unfortunately, I lost my dad when I was 15. So growing up, I had promised them that I was going to build the biggest orphanage in the world.
Okay.
And then I was going to put all the children on the streets there because I saw how he was helping other children through school. So on my 22nd birthday, I decided to make this promise come to pass. And then I started No Limit Charity.
22nd birthday. So this was more of a promise to your dad, you fulfilling the promise to your dad.
Yes.
Share that moment as a young girl, sitting down with your dad and telling your dad that is due to what you've been doing in the community. When I grow up, I would like to, do this big charity organization and take care of children. Like continuing your daddy's legacy. How did your daddy take it at that moment?
Okay, so anywhere, my father was a customs officer.
Oh, okay.
So anywhere he was transferred to, he either put 2 or 3 children to school. So we saw how he really loved education and how he was supporting all these children. So I told him that I was also going to do the same, but I was going to do better than him.
He did.
Yeah, so I was just young. I didn't know how it happened. So looking at how he died and how we had to struggle through school, I felt other children who didn't have the opportunity to have a father like me are going through same and maybe difficult situation more than I have.
Okay.
Yes, so I just decided to fulfill that promise. So on my 22nd birthday, I just told myself that no, you had promised your dad and then you have to let things happen. So on my 22nd birthday, I just went to the community because I grew up here and I always see children roam on the streets. So I said, okay, why not go to their houses, find out why they are not in school and then help them. I wasn't working by them, but
yeah, that's bringing me to my next. Because 22-year-old in a Ghanaian setting, you should be in either university, studying, studying in the tertiary education, not employed at that age. So coming up with that initiative, I know it was a very tough decision to make.
Yeah.
Take me through the process. How you 22 mobilize people, as I said, go into kids' houses. How was it? Share that experience.
So when I went to the secondary school, it was hectic. So I remember my father had just died and I was going to write my BEC and there was no one to pay my fees. So the Methodist Church, the Freeman Methodist Church, helped with my first payments.
Yeah, the
tuition in the secondary school. Then my mom had to come in later and do the rest. And then a neighbor opposite our house in Seattle just took it upon himself. So I had that pain, like that kind of zeal in me that how can I
enjoy life one moment?
Yes, and then the next moment I am not able to afford my fees because when we were in school in the primary to the JHS, my father was the first person to pay our fees. So anytime children are being sent home, we were the only ones who were in the class, my sister and I, my younger sister and I. So that really pushed me hard. That then there are people out there who really need it. So I wasn't employed. The funny thing is that I had started working with electoral commission, that contract. And then I also started with Ghana Statistical Service, their 2010 population census. So the money I had raised, I helped my younger sister through school.
Okay.
Yes, so I said, okay, if I can help my younger sister to school with the little I have, then I can start my foundation. Not to come out and let people see what I do, but just to help people at the back stage and then make the community vibrant, like children enjoying school. So that's how I was able to go to
raise that money.
Yes.
So you were from the start, your income was coming from volunteering to partake in the government.
Yes.
When it comes to statistic work, to do that, join the electoral commissions.
I do that.
Volunteer.
Polio.
Yeah. Oh, so you were all this
all over doing
volunteer
everything.
just so you'll be able to raise some money.
Yeah.
Fulfill this dream you made to your dad. What were some of the top moments? Because I know it wasn't easy. Now, No Limit Charity Organization is 14 years. And I'm sure now everybody knows the success story because before I heard about your organization, the changes you are doing. But I know from the start, it wasn't like that. Share with us because that's what I am most interested in. We live in a society where we don't get to celebrate more of our failures or situations that often sets up for the success that everybody gets to see. So I want you to really share 22 years setting up a foundation. How was it?
It was difficult. As I said, I wasn't working. So I just decided to go into the community. So I found after going to that was my birthday. I said, okay, let me just go. So there's a community called Tichaku just behind my house. I realized 3 children they are always on the street roaming. So let me go and find out why they are on the street. So our first children were those 3 children.
Okay.
Then I didn't have money. So it was in February, 15th February. And then I told
by the way, your birthday is just right after my birthday.
Yeah. So I told the mother was she had stroke, so she wasn't also working. So I told her I was going to take the children to school in September.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I wasn't working.
You don't know where the money is going to.
Yes, I just thought it was just fate. I told God, I don't want to disappoint these people. So I kept telling people, I want to do this. And I found 3 children. I need help. By September, I have to put them to school. And a lot of people told me, like, discouraged me.
Oh?
Yeah, they said, are you coming to support children in Jamestown? They'll disappoint you. Some of them will just drop out and get pregnant and you just, you waste your money. So I said no. So far as I've been able to go through and I didn't get pregnant and I didn't drop out, one or two people would also make it. So let me just try. Even though I was disappointed at a point because some of them dropped out years back. It's part of life. Yeah. So that was how it happened. I got these three, two boys and then one girl. So two of them were supposed to start from KG. Their brother was supposed to start from class 4.
Okay.
So I decided to volunteer for an organization called Street Safe. Street Children Empowerment Foundation.
So they are also an NGO.
Yes, into street children. So I thought going to volunteer with them, I would be able to share my vision so that we can partner and help the children. But unfortunately, I had to volunteer with them, and then I couldn't make that money to help the children. But God being so good, one of the monitoring days, I had to go to St. Pay School to monitor for monitoring. So some of the children we had there from the street scene. I went and then I met this woman called Lakina.
Okay.
So she asked what I was doing there. And I told her I work with Seth. I also have a passion to set up my own NGO and help my community. So she said, okay, that was a good idea. And I told her about those three children. She was so amazed because she's never seen a young
girl
lady
so dedicated to
yes,
creating change.
yes, and passionate. So she took me to those children and she decided to pay their fees. So she gave them a scholarship through
Nice.
to the university. So
Great.
they are supposed to start from KG, but she had already committed to help them through to the university.
So where are these kids?
So the two kids are now in SS3. They're about to write their WASI.
Okay.
So from KG, they are now in SS3. And then the other boy, their elder brother, who was supposed to start from class 4, he dropped out when he was in class 6.
Okay.
So we couldn't.
There was nothing you could do about it.
Yeah. So we tried our best to bring him back to school, but now I see him regretting. He's always following me, asking me to take him back. Yes, take him back to school. And I said, unfortunately,
now you're a big boy.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't help him because his younger siblings are in SS3, so he's supposed to be in the university.
Yeah, by now. Yeah. Done with university doing his service.
Yes, but he
dropped out.
Yeah, so that was how Lakina helped us to get those two children through school. Then later on, we got two more kids from Choco.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and then we had to also help them through individual donations. So I spoke to people. I had to save some money, and then I bought them the school forms, the admission fee, uniforms, and everything.
Okay. So they were your first project in the community.
Yes.
From there, how was the reception afterwards? Because as you started, people didn't believe the whole dream of a young girl. Instead of you, as if it's now, they'll be expecting you to be slaying. Yeah, a young girl, you have money. Why are you not using your money to do something better? But you have decided to impact people's life. From there, taking care of those children, how was it? Did you now start getting help or it still continued with the discouragement?
Okay, so what happened in December when we came to Accra, because we were in Afla, we were born in Afla when we came, we got to know that every Christmas children visited different bars and then they gave them food. But when we came to Accra, it looked like Christmas was normal, like it's like normal. People can buy cake and enjoy. Is this Christmas? So we saw how children were always running around. They didn't really care. Just those who could afford, they would get their children some things.
get to enjoy the Christmas food and chicken.
Yes, the rest of them will just be roaming the same way they've been doing all the time. So I decided to save some money or talk to some few people and told them that I want to bring together 200 children and then feed them on Christmas. So that was in 2011, December.
That was the first time I heard of your foundation.
Yeah.
The No Charity. It was a full Christmas.
Okay. So we fed 200 children at the Jamestown Community Fellowship. So they gave us that space. So after the party, I think another part, because it's a fellowship, so the pastor then gave us the space, Pastor Mark. And then he called later to tell me there was a pastor who visited him, his friend, saw the party, came around when we had left and asked if the church was the one who organized it. And he said, well, it was a young lady who had decided to feed the whole community. And he was surprised. So he told me that he asked that I come over. So he told me about his partners who were in Korea. And then he asked that I meet them because they were also into helping children in a village in Kumasi.
Okay.
So I had to go there the following Sunday. So I at Ampia Kofi, the church. So I went there.
I know you're enjoying the conversation. So as you enjoy the conversation, do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the notification button, and follow us on all social media platforms at Rays of Hope Radio. So you were saying you had to go see the man of God at Apia Kopi.
Yes, I had to see him at the church and introduce me to his partners. So I got there and I was waiting for the church to end. So I saw some people with their huge cameras. So I thought it was like the usual Sundays or the programs. I waited, the church was over, and the man came out, introduced me to the people, and they were the people who got the camera.
Oh, okay.
Yes, they were coming to interview me, and then
without you
knowing about it, yeah, they thought it was like some elderly person who, because of what they had heard. Yeah, so I was like, are you the lady? I say, yes. How old are you? I said, 22. Wow. Are you sure you are the lady? I was like, well, I'm the lady, because they were surprised that someone from this community.
And a young girl at that time.
Yeah, and then dedicate her life to the well-being of children. So it was amazing. And then the conversation went on. They interviewed me and they decided to partner and
because now I know at some point you traveled to Korea.
Yeah, so they were my partners. I went to Gates in Korea.
Yeah, so if you follow her, you see her in that the Korean outfit.
Yeah,
share that experience. So for how long did they partner with you?
So they've been with us from 2011. It was during the COVID that they had to part way because they didn't have the resources again to continue. So actually they supported quite a number of children and then our library programs. So every Saturday we have a reading section that they were sending us logistics to run that sessions, and they were also supporting a number of children through school. So they were the ones who supported one of our children, which is a success story from JHS 3, and he's now a doctor of pharmacy.
I was coming to that. That I know one of the kids here took care of from this community. Finished medical school, and then he posted it, and I was just so amazed that with the, because I know how we've been stigmatized, especially people that come from here, and then we all get to experience that. Sometimes when we step out and we talk and you tell someone, "Oh, I'm from Jamestown," yeah, are you sure you are from Jamestown? Because the persona they are seeing is not the kind of picture painted to them. So how where is he now?
So he's currently Akolebu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with the pharmacy department. So he's having his internship there.
Yeah.
I don't know how they call it in medical. Yeah, so
How did you come about this boy? Because I know and I read that this guy was making straight A's.
yeah,
Even in uni, he was just giving you the grades back to back. So how did you
intelligent.
come about this?
So we had some of the children at Shalom Kolegono.
Mm-hmm.
So when we went to the school, sometimes the head teacher will recommend some of the intelligent students who were needed to us. So we just go out, look for support, and then we pay their fees.
But then you have to also do your research.
Yes. So he is actually from Kolegono.
Okay.
Yes, not in
Jamestown.
Jamestown, but Kolegono is our neighbor, our brother. So he was in JHS 3 and he had difficulty in paying fees. So we had to take it up from there. So JHS second term, and then we paid second and third, and then through to the secondary school, to the university, and now he's a doctor of
Yeah, I'm
pharmacy.
sure he's one of your, I say your trophy kids.
Yes.
Because it made you cry.
Yes.
When the story came out, I was like, oh, that's good. That's good. At least there's this one thing you can hold on to. Like, this kid particular did so. Okay. I know it's very difficult with these kids. But you said, I was going to ask how you are able to get these kids to, fund their education or whatever help you give to them. And you mentioned that you liaise with schools. So is Shalom the only school in the community that you liaise with?
We have students at the Accra Royal School. We have students in Sempe School who are all in the communities. And then, so we have another girl in Shalom from Basic 5. She's now in level 200 in the University of Ghana. Yeah. So good. Those are some of the children we had support.
Yeah, I'm sure Daddy will be so proud of you.
Yeah.
With how far you've come. Yeah. I know it's not easy.
No, it's
not easy at all. Now let's talk about you transition. I know it's not just kids that you take care of. There's a transition because I think 2-3 years ago, Christmas, you decided to celebrate it with videos.
Yeah.
So what inspired that?
Okay, so from 2011, after we had our Christmas, so we decided to do every year. So from 2011, we did 200, we did 500, we did 750, then 1,000 children every year. So when COVID came in, it was like difficult to congregate all those 1,000 children. So we decided to do widows and aged. We realized most of the children we are giving the food out to are relatives or grandparents or mothers of these widows and aged. So why not bring them together, give them the food, like 5 kg rice, oil, all the stuff to prepare the food. I'm sure it could feed about 10 children in one household or 20 people in one household. So that's how come we started with the widows and yes, and
how has it been so far?
It's been great. So we started in Jamestown where we saw that okay, there are other poor people out there who needed more food than those in Jamestown. So why not go there?
We've extended it.
Yes, so we went to Domangi, the Savannah region, last 2 years. And then last year we went to Bumwa, Akama.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. So I know with your success story, there's, you have a medical student. Now, let me know, it's not even a student. You have a medicine pharmacist as a product of your LGO. And then there's one or two in level 200. You take it. I know you are very well known in the Jamestown community because of the charity stuff that you do. Now, I want you to share with me that turning point. 14 years. And I know it was, as you said, it wasn't easy, mobilize money. What was that turning point or that impact that happened to No Living Charity Organization that changed the face of the whole thing, the whole NGO?
Okay, so the turning point I think should be 4 years ago when we decided to settle down here because we had same space at the Osha forth. But due to COVID and then we losing our partners, we had to hold on because we couldn't use the space. So we later on met with our partners, current partners, Changing African Lives Foundation. So they had also come in as the usual sponsors of one of our Christmas events. And then they got to know the zeal, like to get a space and run the same learning center for the children in the community because I want to impact lives. Even if I make nothing, I just want to leave a legacy. So I always want to push for people to invest in education and then impact more lives in the community. So they got into the idea and then we had to set up this space and we've had so many projects together. So that has been a turning point. So all these years, I've never received any money or yes or allowance. I always do it from
Your pockets.
my pocket, morning to evening, running around, moving in people's offices, getting rejected. Yes, people don't even listen to you. They look at you.
Yeah, but I don't fault them.
Yeah.
I won't fault them. Because as you said, in every work, they are, like I put it, it's if you are the men's home. Because we know people that come out with this whole NGO thing. People invest their resources, and the people meant to enjoy from those resources don't get it. So now it's a little bit delicate when you tell someone that, oh, I'm doing this NGO and I need you to help me invest your money into. Because we know most people are really, they are even benefiting than they are beneficiaries.
Yes.
So people are a little bit skeptical when it comes to supporting. But with you, it's just evident. And I love the fact that you always make sure you share your stories out there. You always put your words out there for people to see this is what I'm doing. So even if you have no intention of helping, you are seeing the words in hand. So it gingers you to actually go in and work. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on all our social media platforms at Race of Hope Radio. Now, I know it's not easy, putting things together. You have your idea, you execute it and all of that. You will need people to do it. But since you are mobilizing people, you can't do everything by yourself. So how do you go about it? Do you have staff you work with or people that are supporting in terms of not partners, but the human resource aspect of it?
Yes, please. We have 7 people helping out.
Okay.
So we have permanent staff with my administrator, and then we have 4 volunteers, 1 intern from the University of Ghana, and then 1 volunteer also from the University of Accra.
Accra
Technical University.
There's a University of Accra. They'll be so happy. They'll be so happy about
Technical University.
Yeah.
Yes, she was also one of the children my friend Lakina helped to school.
Okay.
So at Shalom. So now she's back to volunteer with us.
Okay.
And then we have 4 other people also helping.
I know it's not easy, going to raise funds. That's just one of the whole challenges. Now dealing with humans. How has the relationship been? Working with them. Has there been a case where you work with somebody that, the person came was doing Lulu at the back? You had to. How has the relationship been? Are they also as dedicated as you are?
Yes, they are. Well, when we came, I had worked with someone and then I had to let the person go because, you have to work with people. And when you want to ask questions, you have to ask people directly instead of going to seek advice or ask their partners. So I felt like you are with me and you have
go
to
behind.
So we just have to let you go. But the rest of the people are working hard and I think anything I do or anything we do, we talk over it, and then we seek each other's suggestions. So that has been the role.
Okay. I know with every project you embark on as a team, you have to sit down to check if the impact, the goals that we set for this kind of project, you've been able to achieve that. As an NGO, how are you able to measure the effectiveness of the impact you intend to put out there?
Okay, so we are keen on monitoring the people, our beneficiaries. So the children or the young people we had supported through vocational skills, we go there every month to monitor them in their various workplaces. Some of them drop out, so we get to know the number of people who had left the space, and then we bring another replacement. So it has been very difficult dealing with people here, especially
in this community.
Yes, in the community where you have to give them free enrollment, and then you have to also pay them every month able to stay at work and monitor them and beg them to stay because you want
I like the fact that you emphasize on the beg them to stay. Because I had a fair share of that experience. I was working with the media house in Jamestown, and we were tasked to go out, and then I think it was World AIDS Day or so. I think Teenage Pregnancy Day. So we're tasked to go out and then grant interviews. In my interviews, I realized that most of these younger teenage mothers in there don't have work to do. They don't have anything to defend for themselves. And the guys that are even depending on don't have any work to also do for themselves. So we relay the information back to our boys that, oh, we spoke to some young girls that they look very enthused to get something doing. And our boys laid it with an NGO. We are in the same compound, so they laid it to them. And we're asked to go bring these girls. We went there. What the girl told me was, if you don't understand, I'm sorry. Oh, fine, I care about penny, about me and Shika. Tell me back, what's me and Yama Banina in Benoni. And that's what Malo do you need help or it's about the food? And I realized, like people that deal with the people here, it's not easy. Just say she is not even worried about learning the skills for her to be able to get money out of the skill. No, it's about what she's going to get out of it. They are focused on the monetary aspect more than what they are going to get for a lifetime. That's very true. And I'm really glad you emphasized to beg them.
Beg them.
Yeah. So you beg them and then they have to stay.
They have to stay. Unfortunately, some of them will have to leave. You have to go back to their homes and beg them, but they wouldn't come back because they feel like, okay, the money you are giving to them, if they are out, they could do some hustling and get it. They will go. Most of them leave because, okay, when I'm here, I'm going to be stuck for over 8 hours working. And I have naming ceremony, I have a funeral to attend, I have work, like health work.
The new trend in the communities now.
So if I don't go for those days, my friends will not see me, so they don't really care about the work. Because I have one girl who I supported from, I think, class 1 to class 6, and she dropped out, got pregnant. And so when we started the vocational skill training, I thought I should bring her in, help her to get some skill, makeup and hairdressing. The day of the launch, she didn't come. I had to work. The program was still ongoing.
But you have to go look for her.
I went to her house in my hill, walked all the way to her house. I didn't see her. I told the people around that they should tell her I beg her. My partners are here.
So they need to see.
She should come before they think that I have written somebody's name.
When the person doesn't even exist.
Yes. So I told them, I beg, the person is just there. So that's her name. And the things are still here. When we are done with the program, we'll go back to her house. I kept calling all the people. someone even had to just come, said he's waiting for someone to give him money before he comes for the program. I said, this program is not about getting money. The house is just there, walk and just come.
Do you think the problem is the education?
The education, it's sad. So she's still home. She's always sleeping outside. Like anytime I pass, she's sleeping home. So when I went back to see her, asked why she didn't come for the lunch and her things have been bought, she signed that if I don't come, you refund everything. And then I even had to threaten them that I have a friend who is a police officer.
Yeah, you are arrested.
Get you arrested. And they were scared, not knowing they are not even scared of the police. So she didn't come and she's always sleeping out there. So when I asked her, the mom told me that, hey, Keba, when she comes, how will she fend for herself and her daughter? She has a daughter, she had to get money and fend for. And I told her that they will give them money. Then
That's what the mom told you.
Yes. So by then we hadn't started giving money, but through that response, I saw that. Yes, I saw that if we don't pay them every month to stay in their seats and learn, they'll all drop out.
This is really shocking, and I think it's a shocking revelation to me. And I'm sure if someone watching us or listening would also, why should you get paid for going to learn something to better your life? And I feel even with this lady in question, your child should even be a motivation to you for you to even rush go get this skill and start working. If you want, the thing is, we can't always be taught how to like be given money. It's better to be taught how to fish than giving you the fish, so that when next there's no fish, you can go fish for yourself. But sadly, I think, do you think, or let me not say I think, do you think the home bringing or the upbringing of these children, the things they see in the community is actually playing a part in some of the decisions they take?
Yes, it does. Because most of them are young people who have also given birth to children.
Yeah.
So children who have given birth to children. So it's difficult to adapt to training because immediately they have children, they don't really regard any advice. They don't listen. So they do what they want to do. So it affects them. They all want to get quick money because I have a child and I have to see them. I have to buy new dress. I have to go for yes, all the programs. Yes. So getting them a job is another thing, but they staying in the job takes some level of discipline and I think
Patience.
Because
if you because I see no need for you to even walk in your heels and go to this girl's house. Someone say, Otilo, if you're not coming, be where you are. But the fact is, you are working with partners and you've told them, this is what I have, this person has signed. So they're also expecting that when they come, the name's given to them, they should be able to see this as giving your report at the end of it. It's just so sad. And you're not the only person complaining about it. We have MP, our former MP, Nilante Badapoy, Honorable Nilante Badapoy, was also complaining about the same thing. That he has sewing machines, hairdresser, dryer, and stuff. These girls are not. He said he will even take them to their madams. They can't. They can't succumb. They can't submit themselves. No. So they are always dropping out.
Yeah.
But then how would the community thrive if you're having this kind of thing or this kind of generation coming up and you are giving birth? So it's like transferring from generation to a generation. And then, but thank God that we have an NGO, we have an organization as yours trying to create a change. Because I know although it's tough, there are some also that are giving it to the new change and adapting to, and bettering themselves and accepting the impact they are giving. Now, what role do you think NGOs play in causing social change? What role do you think they play?
So NGOs play lots of roles in causing social change because the government is up there. they don't know what's happening
down
down there.
Very true.
And even those who are even down here with us, who are the lead, do not come to the grassroots or to the people to see or feel their what they feel,
What they are going through.
what they are going.
They only visit them
Yes, when it's
time
projects.
yeah.
And
Or
then
election is coming.
yes,
There's something that needs to be done.
yeah, but we are with them. I can say, if not for the advice or like motivations we give to some of these young people who are still working or learning their apprenticeship, they would have dropped off. I can also say that we have a unique way of letting these people stay because of our passion for
Yeah.
the people. Because most organizations who are into skill training, they just pay, they need reports, they need to see the people representing or being at the workplace the first day, and they are done. But we every month we visit them. Even if you are home, we go to the house and talk to you. Even there's a young girl who was sick. She was doing makeup. I visited her in the home. The madam told me. I thought it was just normal sickness. I went, took her to see view, and I had to spend 1,800 for just malaria. And the following week, she dropped out from the work. So
Welcome back. This is still the Candid Chat Show on Race of Hope Radio and Race of Hope TVGH. And today we have here with me an inspiring and hardworking lady sharing a journey. She is the founder and CEO of No Limits Charity Organization. And so far, the revelations during this conversation is one you wouldn't want to miss. So stick and stay. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on all our social media platform. So we talked about, the role social NGOs play in social change, the role they play. How do you think these NGOs can collaborate with governments and corporations to amplify their impacts?
So NGOs can collaborate with government to impact society. NGOs are already playing their bit to improve on lives. So it's time for the government to reach out to this NGOs. And also, there are lots of NGOs in the system who are not registered because we are unable to afford some of these payments every year to renew their mandate.
Oh, so every year you renew your mandate?
Yes. Okay. And then if the government is able to subsidize it, because some of them are really doing well, but they are not registered. So if the government can be able to get in touch with these people and give them some funding, even if you are not registered, but they check on the background and see that you are doing something, you are capable of doing something, they have to even push you to do more. Because these NGOs are the, the ones doing most of
The groundswell, as you mentioned earlier, that you are the ones with the people in the societies. You know the grassroots. So it will really help if they can liaise with it. But I didn't know you guys pay. I thought, during the registration process, you register your NGO and then that's it.
have to renew every year.
Every
And
year.
sometimes you even forget to register or renew your certificate. But because you have the mandate to do something for the people, you keep on until you find some money and renew.
Is the money moderate? Because the way you are sounding, that means it's very.
It's moderate. When you are starting, it's kind of expensive. But somewhere when you are able to skip some years, you have to forfeit. You have to pay off all the years that you have not registered.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so sometimes it become a bit bulky. So it's also scared some of the younger
Oh, okay.
manage their organization with
Funds, no help. Because I know this is very difficult because you're helping people. You're giving them a promise. There's a mandate. They're also looking up to you. So when you join the mandate, like they enjoy the benefit, I think the results. but they don't get to see all the works you put into it. Going, this is really, I have to recommend you. You are really doing a good job. Okay? You are really doing a good job, and meaning you are I don't even know what to say, but you're really, really doing a good job. Now, is there any projects coming up? Is there any upcoming projects that you want to share with us? And if you can take us through, so I know you've mentioned quite a few, but if there are some you've not mentioned, if you can at least let us know so our audience will know what the No Limit Child Organization does.
So outside our education projects where we support children through school, we also help families like mothers who are out of work to get some capital, a startup capital to get their work start up something to send for the children they are supporting in school. We also started a project called Uniform for the Poor Child project where we said we need to uniforms to children in five communities all over Ghana. Islam Central within Islam Delta within. So we're at in the Gamba 18. Latest dictionary brought to the history and then uniform for the affected children. It was at the and the non Savannah meeting where we donated uniform to all the children in human beings schools. And then we went to Ada 3 weeks ago to Big Ada and then Alokwe behind the client to give out the school informative. So we go back and then when they are ready, we distribute.
Okay.
So we have for the next week.
OTV. Okay. Yeah, I know you've mentioned some of the projects you've embarked on in the moment, but kindly elaborate more on some of the projects you've embarked on. If there's any upcoming projects, you kindly let us know about it.
Okay, so we've been able to do quite a number of projects. One is poverty reduction projects where we give out capitals to startup capitals to some of the parents of these young people with support through school so that they can be able to fend for themselves and then their children. And then we've also done a project called Uniform for the Needy Child, where we intend donating uniforms to children in the five communities all over Ghana. So we have done quite a number of regions. We've done the central region. We've done Domangui in the Savannah region where we donated uniform to all the children in that community in the school and also provided them with books and other stationaries. We've also done Volta region where we went to Mepe and Adidome where the flood happened. Yes, so we donated stationery worth 50,000 to the district and then we gave out uniforms to the children who were affected. And we've been to Ada, Big Adan School, Basic School, and Alokulem Basic School. We've given out the uniform material, so the seamstress in the community will have taken measurements. Yes, she sold them. Yeah, we will go back probably ending of April to distribute them. So after that, you go to OT region. Yes, so every initiative beyond uniform. And then we've also done registration of NHIS with our partners. Last year, we gave out free NHIS cards to 500 children in 5 schools in the community. And then we are also still taking care of some children in the university. Yes, so our current project with our partners, every year the center will be 3. This learning center will be 3. So 3 years ago, put together the learning center, yes, with our partners. They supported, fully funded the project, Changing African Life Foundation, and they support us with logistics every month to run the space. So as I told you, since I've been running, It was just last 4 years that I started getting.
I'm sure that must be a relief, a little bit relief from some of the responsibility.
So that last 4 years was when I started getting paid for what I do.
Okay.
So over 10 years, I've been giving my life for free work. Yes, with no allowance coming from nowhere. And any money I raise, even with this salary, or I call it allowance I receive from my partners, I give it back to the community. Yeah,
so if someone is watching us, how can the audience support this cause? How can they, reach out to you and get involved with this whole initiative?
So they can follow us on our social media handles, our website, www.nolimitscharity.gh, and on Facebook. They can follow us on our social media handle. Our website is www.nolimitscharity.gh, and then on our Facebook pages, No Limits Charity, Instagram, no underscore limit underscore, on TikTok, No Limits Charity Organization. Yes.
So please, if you're watching us and you want to support, you're touched by all the projects, I can vouch for this NGO. That's why I want to, listen to your story and for you to share your stories to our audience. Because I know someone might just be seeing No Limit Charity Organization, hey, she's doing so well, but I wouldn't know the hard work. Starting at the age of 22 years wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. So what sets the No Limit Charity Organization apart from with other organizations? What sets the organization apart?
The passion to serve, like the passion to see others thrive. Even when I do not have the means to, but I just want to see others thrive because I didn't have that opportunity, and I didn't want, or I don't want to see other children go through what I went through, because I felt it, and I don't want others to feel it.
Okay. Now, if someone is watching us and the person also wants to make a difference but wouldn't know how to go about it, what advice will you give to such a?
Okay, I would love them to take up volunteering roles. They should intern with organizations that are into their dream, or they want to start an organization. They cannot just start, because it involves a lot. You just have to be committed. So first you have to know if it's your passion. Am I ready to serve other people? Because you have to serve people who have different ideology. Maybe given to them, they feel you've gone to take money from somewhere, and it's their mandate, or it's mandatory for them to have what you are giving them. Are you ready to sacrifice your sleepless nights? Are you ready to take up a mentorship role? So go through all this, get someone to coach you so that you be prepared, ready. Your mindset is ready, and know that this is not something that I will be going
Back and
back.
forth with.
Yes, I'm going to be there for the people. I will not start and end and keep the people hanging in the air. So it's a great journey. You will feel special when you are doing this, because it's like you are
The face.
yes, the face, or a little angel on earth. And a lot of things happen to you that you feel the little things you do are the reason why these things are happening. Sometimes I've been engaged in 2 accidents, but I'm sure God saved me because He knows I have a purpose to fulfill. Yes, so I feel giving back, it's
a
great.
blessing.
It's a blessing.
It's a blessing. And I'm sure when these kids there's even the smile on these children's faces, it's a huge blessing to you. And whenever I see your post on time, I was like, God, please bless this woman. Let's give her the grace to keep going. Because there are some little things, you even try helping people and you see the discouragement that comes with it. Starting something, the discover, you keep going. And each and every year you keep going. Each and every year you keep going. So this is a pat on your back. Like, keep doing what you're doing, keep setting the pace. And I always tell you this, you're an inspiration, and you're an inspiration to me. Big time. I always get inspired when I see your post like, Auntie Rita is okay. Yo, you gotta put in the work. You're a huge, and I'm sure I'm not the only person. To every young in this community, you are a huge inspiration to me. So God richly bless you.
Amen.
From my blessings to game time.
We have a very big project coming up where our partners, they are sponsoring. I said every year we do something for because the center was established in November, so it will be our third anniversary. Running the space. So we are having a spelling bee competition.
Oh, nice.
For 12 schools in the community.
Nice.
So because we don't feel that education is really driving in the community, and most of the schools you mentioned nowadays, yes, it's poor because the children are not trying their best to make the school stand out. So we want to bring back that love, and we want to get all the schools that had, yes, all the old students involved. We are going to have Car Royal, Sempe, Bishop Girls, Bishop Mays,
All the schools
around. Yes, all the schools. So we are bringing a coach, also trains children to go and participate in the national quiz, spelling bee quiz, come over and teach all the English teachers. Okay. Yeah, so they will equip the students, and we will bring 2 students from each school. So this is a very huge project, and we are going to reward all the students who participated in the project. First runner up, second and third will get scholarships, prizes, and the schools will also benefit from it. So we are calling on
all the schools.
to be ready.
Because I think it's high time we do this in our schools. Because I remember when we were schooling, you used how your English teacher would be on your neck to always buy daily graphic. I don't even think we have junior graphic anymore. We don't.
We do
actually.
They don't buy.
But they don't. So please, when the time comes and the announcement is being given, all the schools, get yourself involved, and even the logistics, things that will be needed. These schools can also help, because this is the betterment of these students. It will help them, and we need that competitiveness that was in this school. You know how when this person is, you get it, and now when students meet, it's all about TikTok, telenovelas. Then it used to be about books, writing about books you've read, and then but now it's TikTok, and we need the narrative to change, right? Change the narrative. So on that note, we'll play our game for today. Our game for today is just simple. I don't want to stress you too much so that you give you. I wouldn't want to stress you so much. So we'll do that quickly. Our game for today, and then we'll just, move on, right? We'll just move on. The way please don't stress me, don't stress me. I won't stress. So this game is called this or that, right? This or that. So when I mention choose one, you choose one out of it. Teamwork or solo projects? Teamwork. So data-driven decision or your intuitions?
Intuition.
Long-term goals or short-term goals?
Long-term
goals. Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Would you prefer to read books or listen to podcasts? Podcast. Travel or staycation? Travel. The last one, dogs or cats? None. You're not a fan of any of. All right, that brings us to the end of this episode of the Candid Chat Show. Anyone you would want to say shout outs to, say hello to?
So I want to say thank you to God Almighty for how far He's brought us, 14 years and still counting. And I also want to thank my mom, Veronica. She has been instrumental. She didn't really want me to be doing this thing because she felt it was draining me. But she has now understood my passion. She calls me I don't
She tells you.
Sometimes when I overdo something, it's funny though. She say foolish Samaritan.
Oh.
Because I am, but I love it. I love to do it. She feels I'm an alien, but I love what I do. And I want to thank my partners, Changing African Lives Foundation, for supporting us, for being there for us all the time, and for putting up this learning center and also supporting our projects in the community. The people of Jamestown appreciate everything they do for us, and we are also grateful for them. And everyone who prays, who encourages, and who sends their token to make our passion stand out. We say God bless you. Thank you.
God bless you very much for helping us make a dream a reality. A big thank you to you for coming on the show. My guest today has been Miss Rita Esionam Gaglo. She is the CEO and founder of the No Limit Charity organization here in Jamestown. It's been an inspiring conversation. So if you're out there and you also strive to, make a change, impact your community, you can learn from her experience and then you start from somewhere. It's been great, as I said earlier on. This has been the Candid Chat Show with me, Nam Yokai. A big thank you to Echo. A big thank you to Echo Solomon, to my nephew Randy for holding us down for today's production. Thank you guys. See you same time next week. Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you.
Ah. Party day. Who's your party day?
Thank
Party day. Party day.